a world on edge. The world watched with bated breath. For months, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine had simmered. Hopes for a diplomatic solution seemed to fade with each passing day. Tensions escalated, the rhetoric grew more bellicose. The unthinkable, once a distant possibility, began to feel terrifyingly real. The drums of war beat louder, their rhythm impossible to ignore. The world braced itself. Would cooler heads prevail, or would this conflict escalate to a terrifying new level? The answer, when it came, would shake the world to its core. The calm before the storm, the quiet moments that precede the chaos, where the world seems to hold its breath, waiting for the inevitable. In the heart of the conflict zone, life went on. People moved through their days with a resilience that defied the destruction around them. The markets bustled with activity, a testament to the human spirit's determination to survive. Despite the ever-present danger, people tried to maintain a semblance of normalcy. They repaired their homes, shopped for essentials, and carried on with their lives, even as the threat of violence loomed large. Children played in parks, their laughter a fragile echo against the backdrop of war. Their innocence stood in stark contrast to the devastation surrounding them, a poignant reminder of what was at stake. Families shared meals, finding solace in simple rituals. Around the dinner table, in modest homes or bomb shelters, they found moments of peace and connection, a brief respite from the turmoil outside. Life, even under the shadow of conflict, found a way. Street vendors sold their goods and neighbors helped each other rebuild, demonstrating a community's strength and solidarity in the face of adversity. But the fear was palpable. It lingered in the air like the acrid smell of smoke. It was in the eyes of the people, in their hurried steps, and in the way they constantly looked over their shoulders. It was in the hurried goodbyes, the worried glances, the constant awareness of the fragility of life. Every sunrise brought uncertainty. Families parted ways with tearful hugs, unsure if they would see each other again. Every sunset, a sigh of relief. The end of another day meant survival, a small victory in the midst of chaos. People watched the sun dip below the horizon, finding a fleeting sense of calm in its descent. For how long could this delicate balance hold? The question lingered in the minds of everyone, a constant reminder of the precariousness of their existence. They lived each day with a mix of hope and fear, clinging to the belief that peace would one day return. A day like no other. It began like any other day. The sun rose, casting long shadows over a city on edge. People went about their routines, clinging to hope, clinging to life. But this day held a terrifying destiny. This day, the world would change forever. The ground shook with the force of 1,000 earthquakes. Buildings crumbled, reduced to dust in an instant. The air crackled with heat. A blinding flash, then a deafening roar. A mushroom cloud, a ghastly spectre of death and destruction rose into the sky. This was the day the Fab 3000 bomb made its horrifying debut. Section 5. A city in ruins. Words cannot adequately describe the devastation wrought by the Fab 3000. Photos and videos emerged from the bomb site, each one a gut-wrenching testament to the horrors unleashed. The once vibrant city was now a wasteland of rubble and ash. Buildings were reduced to piles of debris. Streets were littered with the mangled wreckage of cars and buses. The air hung heavy with the stench of death and burning. The aftermath of the Fab 3000 was a stark and chilling reminder of the human cost of conflict.
Section 6. The world reacts. Shock, anger, and a creeping sense of dread. News of the Fab 3000's use sent shockwaves across the globe. Governments condemned the attack, issuing strongly worded statements. International organizations called for restraint and a de-escalation of hostilities. But the world watched, holding its breath, wondering what would come next.
Social media exploded with a mix of outrage and despair. People from all walks of life, united in their horror, shared their thoughts and feelings. The use of the Fab 3000 transcended borders and ideologies. It was a stark reminder of our shared humanity and the fragility of peace. Section 7. This changes everything. Voices from the digital front lines. In an age where information travels at the speed of light, the digital front lines have become a battleground of their own. "I never thought I'd see anything like it," tweeted Ahmed Al-Janabi, a Baghdad-based journalist. "This changes everything." His tweet quickly went viral, capturing the attention of people from all walks of life. "The world needs to wake up and stop this madness." His words struck a chord, igniting a wave of protests and calls for action. His sentiment was echoed by millions around the globe. From New York to Tokyo, people took to the streets, united in their demand for peace. "I never thought I'd see anything like it. This changes everything. The world needs to wake up and stop this madness." #Fab3000 Ukraine. The hashtag trended globally, becoming a symbol of resistance and hope. "The world needs to wake up and stop this madness." #Fab3000 Ukraine. The message was clear: enough is enough. Rabbi, a young woman living in Kiev, posted a video message on TikTok, her voice trembling with emotion. Her eyes reflected the fear and uncertainty that had become a daily reality. "We are not numbers," she pleaded. "We are human beings, please, stop this war." Her words were a poignant reminder of the human cost of conflict. Her plea, a desperate cry for peace, resonated deeply with viewers worldwide. People from different cultures and backgrounds felt her pain and shared her message.
"We are not numbers. We are human beings. Please, stop this war." Her message became a rallying cry, a beacon of hope in a world torn apart by conflict.
Section 8. A dark new dawn. Have we crossed a point of no return? The use of the Fab 3000 bomb marked a dangerous escalation in the conflict. It shattered the illusion of restraint, raising the spectre of a wider, more devastating war. The world watched with a mixture of horror and helplessness. Had we crossed a point of no return? The question lingered in the air, heavy and unanswered. The world held its breath, praying for peace, fearing the worst. The use of the Fab 3000 was a stark reminder of the destructive power at humanity's disposal. It was a wake-up call, a chilling reminder of the fragility of peace. Section 9. The human cost. Remembering the true price of war. In the annals of history, wars have always left an indelible mark on humanity. The scars of conflict run deep, and the memories of those lost linger in the hearts of the living. Beyond the geopolitical ramifications, beyond the strategic implications, lay the human cost of the Fab 3000. Thousands were dead. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to rubble, and the once vibrant cityscape was now a haunting reminder of devastation. Countless others were injured, many with life-altering wounds. Hospitals overflowed with the wounded, and medical personnel worked tirelessly to save lives. The physical pain was immense, but the emotional and psychological scars were even more profound. Families were torn apart, their lives shattered by an act of unimaginable cruelty. The grief was palpable as loved ones clung to each other amidst the ruins, seeking solace in shared sorrow. The true cost of war is measured not in megatons or casualties, but in shattered lives and broken dreams. Personal belongings, once cherished, now lay scattered and broken, symbols of a life that once was. It is etched on the faces of grieving mothers and fathers, in the eyes of children robbed of their innocence. The pain of loss is a heavy burden, one that these families will carry for the rest of their lives. The use of the Fab 3000 was a tragedy of immense proportions. The explosion not only destroyed buildings, but also obliterated the hopes and dreams of countless individuals. It was a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict, a cost that will continue to be paid for generations to come. The legacy of war is a heavy one, and its impact will be felt long after the last bomb has fallen. The resilience of the human spirit is tested, but the hope for a better future remains.